From the empty streets of Mexico to the quiet corners of China at night, every clip reveals strange powers, mysterious figures, and events that defy all logic. Let's dive in and witness the most unbelievable moments proving the world isn't always what it seems. This CCTV footage has revealed something unbelievable, that humans with superpowers might be living among us. In the middle of a quiet street, a man appeared on camera doing a strange act. At first, it looked like burning waste or wood near him, but soon it became clear that it was something else. The man seemed to be opening a portal to another world. The glowing light kept growing stronger, but then suddenly faded away. The portal didn't open, almost as if being recorded had somehow stopped it. Dimensional entry. Reporters always look for the big story, but sometimes the story finds them right during live reporting. This is what happened with this report. She was covering a local event when a man suddenly appeared out of nowhere. The camera caught him stepping through what looked like an invisible doorway that opened and closed in an instant. The reporter didn't notice it at the time, but the footage showed the impossible clearly. Watching the video, people realized it could mean beings from other dimensions are already among us. He looked like an ordinary person, which suggests they may know how to be like perfectly. Maybe they've been here all along, moving through our world without anyone noticing. Neighbor or shapeshifter. A man made a shocking discovery about his neighbor after reviewing CCTV footage one evening. At first, it looked like an animal walking down the street. But then, in a sudden and impossible moment, the animal transformed into his neighbor, who casually continued walking and entered the house as if nothing had happened. It was not a camera trick. Every movement was clear. The man realized he was living next to a shapeshifter. Myths that once seemed unbelievable suddenly felt real, and he understood that sometimes the people around you might be hiding something far stranger than anyone could imagine. Airport abductions. These videos from an airport have shown some truly unbelievable events. While travelers were waiting in line, one girl suddenly disappeared, leaving her luggage behind. The girl standing behind her began shouting in fear, unsure of what she had just witnessed. A few days later, another strange disappearance took place. This time, a girl walking through the terminal disappeared mid-step. The airport went into panic as rumors spread quickly. Many now believe these cases were alien abductions, with invisible portals pulling humans away right in front of our eyes, making the airport mysterious. Superwalk. An old video had surfaced online recently, leaving everyone speechless. It showed an elderly woman hurrying down a quiet street. Nothing unusual at first, but then she walks straight through a closed fence, as if it didn't exist. The people nearby rushed to check, but she had completely vanished without a trace. No door, no gaps, just gone. Maybe it was teleportation, or perhaps it was a ghostly encounter. Either way, this remains one of the most mysterious moments ever caught on camera. Invisible opponent. A man was relaxing in his apartment when something bizarre caught his eye outside the window. Down on the street, a guy seemed to be fighting, but there was no one else around. He kept throwing punches into thin air, like battling something unseen. After a while, he even started talking to his invisible opponent. Some say it could have been schizophrenia, causing him to see what wasn't there. But others believe he might have been seeing something we couldn't. Whatever it was, that eerie scene left everyone wondering what was really standing in front of him. Soul Group. On July 16th, 2025, a strange footage surfaced online that didn't just capture a person's body. It seemed to capture his very soul. The man was seen drinking water, but as he moved, something bizarre appeared. A faint, ghostly outline followed him, then another and another. It looked like several blurry versions of him were walking right behind. Many believe these shadows were spirits moving alongside him. and that moment proved the camera caught more than just one world in a single frame. Silent control. The bus station's cameras were meant for safety, not to capture what looked beyond normal. One day, an old man wearing a face mask stood quietly at the stop. He slowly lifted one finger toward a trolley, and without touching it, the cart began to roll toward him as if following his command. The CCTV footage later spread online. Many viewers thought he was showing telekinesis, the power to move objects with the mind, while a few viewers were stunned, calling him a man with superpower abilities. If that theory is true, it could mean people with secret powers are quietly living among us, unnoticed by the world. Vanished cyclist. In 2025, this strange footage from Brazil might make you think twice before cycling alone at night. A security camera caught a woman riding her bicycle when suddenly she and the bike were lifted high into the air as if pulled by an invisible force. The bike crashed back to the road, but the woman was gone. Many locals believe it was a real alien abduction, while others think a hungry street spirit had claimed her. Maybe she wasn't the first, and won't be the last to be taken by the unseen. You'd better be careful. Possessed strength. Have you ever seen someone suddenly act like a totally different person? That's what a CCTV camera caught in the Moscow metro. A woman was walking toward the entry gates at the subway station, looking completely normal. But as she reached the turnstile, she suddenly stopped and slammed her leg into the thick glass barrier with unbelievable force. The glass shatters instantly. It wasn't just natural strength. She broke as if she wasn't in control of herself, like an unseen spirit had taken over just to spread fear. Maybe that force was only passing through, but its power showed that unseen things sometimes use people to reveal their presence. Airstepper. Just think about seeing a person walking, but their feet aren't touching the ground. This is exactly what a local in China witnessed. A man was walking down a busy street when he suddenly froze mid-air. His legs moved as if trying to walk, but he stayed in the air for a few seconds. Then, he dropped back down and kept walking, looking surprised. It might be that a playful, unseen spirit lifted him for a brief moment. It might be giving us proof that strange, unexplainable events can happen when you least expect them. Office possession. You should always feel safe at work, but some midnight shifts tell a different story. A CCTV camera captured an employee's body moving in sudden, jerky ways, as if an invisible force had taken control. Office workers whispered that maybe the spirit of a former employee, angry and restless, had grabbed hold just to scare him. No one ever found out what happened to him, but the footage shows that old offices can hold dark memories. If you work late, be careful. Sometimes the silence isn't empty. Hallway warning. It started as just another ghost hunt in an old house in Pakistan, but the night turned far darker than planned. The hunter had set cameras along a narrow hallway to record movement. Around midnight, one camera caught a pale figure crawling across the floor. It was looking straight into the lens, as if it knew it was being watched. That look wasn't just a stare. It felt like a warning. In haunted places, it's best to leave what you see alone. Because if these spirits ever get behind you, they might never leave you. Royal Reaper. Something spooky happened during King Charles and Queen Camilla's coronation at Westminster Abbey. As the cameras showed guests arriving, viewers noticed a dark figure walking quietly across the aisle. Dressed in a black hood and holding a long staff, it looked exactly like the Grim Reaper moving among the crowd. People watching at home got goosebumps. The ceremony continued as if nothing unusual had happened. The figure disappeared without a sound, leaving everyone unsettled. It made many wonder, was the Grim Reaper was truly present at this royal event? And if so, why did it choose that moment to appear? Possessed boy. A shocking video from a parking lot showed a man acting in a terrifying way. The shirtless boy was bent backward, his mouth wide open, and his body frozen in that strange position. He wasn't speaking or moving at all. Witnesses watching the footage suggested it looked like a case of possession, something beyond human understanding. Whatever had gripped him wasn't ready to release its hold, leaving a chilling impression of powers that are not of this world. Girl blocking road. A dashcam in Mexico caught a terrifying moment late at night. A man was driving when a barefoot woman suddenly appeared in the middle of the road. She didn't move as his headlights shone on her. Each time he tried to drive past, she blocked his way again. She wasn't asking for help or a ride. She just stayed there. After several tense seconds, he finally managed to pass. It was as if a hidden force had taken her control, and the man was its next target. Ghostly mischief. At a restaurant, a paranormal activity happened while an employee was making a drink. Suddenly, an invisible force snatched the bottle right out of her hand. No one was near the counter, yet the bottle flew away. As the footage was shared online, people started saying a ghost was behind the mischief. After that incident, the bar gained a reputation for being haunted, making both staff and visitors wary of what might happen the next time they stepped inside. Mysterious lady. A young girl became the target of a mysterious lady while waiting for her turn in a restaurant. The old lady standing behind her suddenly took out a needle and pricked the girl. She felt a sharp pain in her shoulder, but the lady suddenly changed her expression as if nothing had happened. When the footage was replayed, it showed the woman quietly murmuring something just before the prick, as if she was casting a hidden spell on the girl. To this day, no one knows why she did it or what her true intention was. Frozen in place. In 2020, a man visiting a park saw something that didn't look normal at all. All around him, people stood completely still, not moving, not talking, not even blinking. It was like time had stopped, or maybe an invisible force had taken control of everyone there. Strangely, only those sitting inside their cars seemed unaffected. The man quickly realized he was witnessing something beyond human control. Whatever that unseen power was, it had frozen the crowd just to show its presence, and the lucky ones were those safely locked away in their cars. Shapeshifter revealed. Shapeshifters live among us. They could be anyone, your friend, your neighbor, or even someone in your own family. Sounds unbelievable, right? But recently, a woman was seen standing still inside a closed elevator when something terrifying happened. Her thick hair slowly turned thin like a man's, and her facial features began to change. Within seconds, her entire face shifted, eyes, nose, and mouth transforming, until she was no longer a woman, but a man standing in the same spot. What had just happened was clear. A shapeshifter had been revealed on camera. Ghostly figure. This CCTV clip shocked everyone who saw it. Two boys were casually walking along the roadside when a strange, humanoid figure zipped through the air right past them. Its speed was so high that the boys didn't even react, almost as if it wasn't really there. But the camera saw it clearly. The eerie sight looked like a ghostly apparition moving too fast for human eyes to catch, proving that sometimes the camera captures what the human eye cannot. Talking to spirit. This eerie security footage was captured inside a mine in Chile. While watching the monitors, guards noticed one miner suddenly stop working. He appeared to be talking to someone, but no one else was there. At one point, he even reached out and shook hands with the empty air, like greeting a friend. Moments later, he did it again, almost as if saying goodbye. No one else was ever seen near him. Many believe he was speaking to the spirit of a miner who once worked and maybe passed away in that very mine. Robotic behavior. While traveling on a bus, a man noticed a woman on the side of the road acting oddly. She was continuously taking selfies, one after another, without pausing or reacting to anything around her. Her stiff movements and repeated actions made it feel like she wasn't human at all, almost like a robot following a programmed routine. The man couldn't stop wondering if what he saw was just a person obsessed with selfies or something far stranger controlling her actions. Instant disappearance. Late at night in a laundry room in China, a CCTV camera captured something that still puzzles people. A young girl was sitting quietly on a chair while a man nearby was talking on his phone. In just a blink, the girl completely vanished from sight, as if she had never been there at all. The man continued his call, unaware that someone had just disappeared right beside him. It might have been an alien in disguise using teleportation, or a ghost slipping away into the air. Whatever it was, always look up and check your surroundings, because something could be right behind you. Ghost gamer. Ever seen a game play itself while no one is near it? A worker at an arcade in China was closing up late one night when he saw a steering wheel moving on its own. First, he mistook it to be a technical machine issue, but soon its steering wheel turned again, as if someone was sitting in the seat, but the seat was completely empty. The smooth, deliberate movement suggested an invisible presence was controlling the game. The incident was so unsettling that the gaming seat was then sealed, and the public was no longer allowed to use it. Ghostly apparitions. On April 18, 2023, a security camera outside a house recorded something truly terrifying. From one of the parked cars, a white, shadowy figure appeared. It then moved across the road and disappeared straight into a nearby house. The footage spread quickly, and locals began calling it a restless spirit belonging to that area. A similar sighting happened back in 2012. A driver in a parking area suddenly saw a black, ghostly figure appear in front of the car and had to slam the brakes. Just then, the figure disappeared like a ghost. These sightings might be proof that some spirits stay far longer than anyone expects. Haunting girl. Paranormal activities were happening every night inside the house. Tired of the fear, a boy finally set up a camera to find out the truth. When he checked the footage, he saw a mysterious girl sitting high on a table. The scary part came when she suddenly vanished from there and reappeared near the sink without walking a single step. That's when he realized his house was haunted by this ghostly girl, causing all the chaos each night. And it seems like she had no plans of leaving anytime soon. Unseen control. A man recorded a truly mysterious event on camera. While walking down a quiet street, he noticed 4 boys standing in strange, bent positions. They were frozen in place, all staring upward, as if something unseen above them had taken control. The scene looked unreal, like they were trapped under a spell or performing a strange ritual no one could understand. The man didn't wait to find out what was really happening. He left quickly, and no one ever got to know what those boys were actually doing. Demonic eyes. A strange video recently caught attention online, showing a man performing a bizarre act. He was balancing and rolling balls across his hands and even his head. One ball even hovered in the air with no support. While doing this, he kept reciting something. Then things turned even scarier. His eyes changed color from black to blue again and again, as if something inside him was shifting. Many viewers believed he was performing black magic to summon demons, and those dark, changing eyes were the proof that one had already entered him. Unseen force. A couple had just moved into a new house, thinking it would be a fresh start, but they had no idea the place was haunted. One day, the lady was quietly going about her work when, out of nowhere, something unseen started to mess with her. No one was around, yet the force was strong enough to leave her in shock. Her husband rushed in to help, but there was nothing, no one he could confront. It felt as if something dark, almost demonic, didn't want them there. Terrified, they left the house, and it's been abandoned ever since. Alien abduction. After the strange abductions that shocked everyone at the airport, another shocking case emerged, this time inside a hospital. Security footage showed a lady doctor speaking calmly to a patient when, in a blink, she completely vanished. The patient stood frozen, not understanding what had just happened. Looks like she got teleported, or maybe the doctor has supernatural power to disappear. The hospital now holds a chilling secret that no one walking its halls can truly explain. Living waxwork. A visitor at a Mexico City museum captured something unusual in the Witches in Mexico exhibition. While walking past the wax figure of the famous shaman Maria Sabina, the visitor's camera recorded the figure's head slowly tilting to the left, as if watching them pass. The movement was smooth and deliberate, impossible for a normal wax display. It might have been the spirit of Sabina, or some hidden force connected to the exhibit. This footage serves as a reminder, in places tied to magic or the occult, even lifeless objects may not be as still as they seem. Twisted worker. A shocking moment was caught on a worker's phone inside a busy factory. The camera focused on a young female worker when, in an instant, her head snapped backward, making a full 360-degree turn, then quickly snapped back to the front. The movement was too fast and too smooth for any normal human. It looked like a powerful ghost had taken control of her body. The spirit seemed to wait for the busiest moment of the shift to show itself, making sure everyone saw it. Sometimes the most ordinary places can hide the strangest, most unexpected things. Dark ritual. A group of teenagers flew a drone to capture nature from above, but the footage revealed something terrifying. The drone recorded 3 people in masks and long gowns, standing in a clearing and chanting in a slow, strange rhythm. As the drone moved closer, it wobbled violently, nearly crashing. Before the video cut off, the figures arranged themselves into a perfect triangle on the ground. It might have been linked to secret societies or something far darker. The sight was enough to frighten anyone, and the teenagers who captured it likely spent the night on edge. Cult ritual. Watch out while exploring new places, and here's why. Tourists were filming a remote town when their camera captured 4 figures standing still in the middle of a street. They wore bright red robes and held glowing candles, not moving or speaking, almost like they were part of a hidden ritual. Suddenly, the video cut off, but it was clear they had caught a secret cult in practice. They managed to leave safely before the cult group noticed them. When you visit remote areas, stay alert. Not everyone you see out there wants to be seen. Haunted doll. A father returned home one evening, unaware that his doorbell camera had already captured something unusual. As he stepped inside, the camera recorded the doll of his child slowly turning its head toward him. The movement was smooth, silent, and completely unnatural. Scared, he quickly pushed the doll, causing it to fall to the floor. The footage clearly suggested that the doll was haunted. This strange event reminded him and anyone who sees the video that even the simplest, most innocent toys we love can carry dark forces, quietly watching and waiting for us. Grave wanderer.
Yo, me and Eon seen this walking through the cemetery, blowing it, running through the cemetery and landed on a tombstone.
2 friends were hanging out in a building next to a graveyard when they noticed something eerie. From their window, they spotted a figure dressed entirely in white, wandering among the graves. Curious, they called out, but the figure didn't respond.
on, girl? Yo, that is creepy.
It seemed like she was searching for something, moving from one grave to another and gently touching each one. The real fright came when she went behind a large tombstone and vanished without a trace. Perhaps she finally found her own grave.
World Star.
World Star. Where'd she go?
World Star.
Where'd she go?
Haunted balcony. A young woman was recording herself on a hotel balcony, crying for help as she ran across the space.
Help me! Somebody help me!
The hotel already had a dark past. Years ago, a guest had fallen from the same floor. Hotel CCTV footage later showed her running inside, as if chased by someone, trying to reach the elevator, but the unseen presence didn't seem to let her go. It could be that she encountered the spirit of the guest who never left the place. If a hotel carries such a past, it's better not to ignore it. Some rooms remember everything that happened inside. Divine descent. This might be one of the most unbelievable moments ever caught on camera. During a baptism, a wildlife photographer secretly recorded a group standing in a river, dressed in white robes, worshiping together. As they finished, the group slowly stepped apart, and white smoke began to rise above the water. Within seconds, two glowing figures appeared in the air that looked like angels hovering over them. This was not just a simple baptism ceremony. It looked like a direct visit from heavenly beings for a blessing. When you witness such pure and powerful, it makes you believe that angels might always be around us, just waiting for our call. Phantom duty.
Who is he talking to?
Just after returning to work, a security guard in Houston, Texas, was seen on CCTV chatting with a co-worker. But when the footage was reviewed, the truth was shocking. There was no one else there. The man he was talking to had passed away weeks earlier while the guard was on vacation. For him, it felt like a normal day, sharing duties with his old friend. But the camera showed something else entirely. Some bonds seemed too strong to break, even after people left this world. In this case, it looked like the spirit had returned to finish one last shift.
You mean you can't see the person I'm talking to?
No, there's nobody in front of you. At all.
Smiling spirit. A new food vendor in town was busy making crepes when something unusual appeared. A woman with an extremely wide, unnatural smile stood in front of his cart. The vendor, focused on his work, didn't notice her, but a co-worker nearby, filming, captured the bizarre sight on camera. She appeared to be a ghost. Locals later confirm it was the spirit of a lady who had passed away. She still appears near food carts, perhaps because she loved the food when she was alive. If you ever see a person with a strange, empty smile, it might mean the spirits of the past are still wandering, trying to enjoy the world of the living. Crawling curse. When trick-or-treating ended, one homeowner thought the scary part of the night was over, but a doorbell camera captured a shocking sight just after Halloween night. A strange, pale figure was crawling toward his door. At first, he wondered if it was a late prank, but the crawl was slow, ugly, and deliberate. It looked like a ritual meant to mark the house and call other dark forces. The figure wasn't trying to get inside. It might be making the home a target. Halloween ended for the streets, but for this house, the night's dark energy had just begun. Creepy intruder. A man in Texas called the police after spotting a creepy intruder in his home. A strange girl had walked into his driveway, and the way she was behaving was not normal at all. Her pale face and blank stare made her look more like a ghost than a person. At first, the man thought he was seeing something supernatural, but when police arrived, the truth came out. The girl had escaped from a nearby asylum and wandered into his property. For once, it wasn't a ghost haunting the night. It was someone very real and even scarier. It's time for today's open discussion. Now, let's take a look at what happened in this parking lot in Miami. What began as a normal shopping trip turned into something terrifying. A bright, glowing spiral suddenly appeared in the air. One shopper, curious and unaware, walked straight into the light. In seconds, both he and the spiral vanished completely. No trace of him was ever found. Witnesses said the portal closed as fast as it opened, leaving everyone frozen in shock. Strange lights aren't always harmless glows. In some cases, they might be doors that never lead back. Thank you very much for watching the video. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to not miss any of the upcoming amazing videos. Thank you once again.